What's good, man? Welcome to the Stacks gang. It's your boy DJ Stacks, aka Sir Stacks a lot. Now listen, I hope y'all boys are doing well. I hope y'all are taking care of yourselves, man. I'm back here with another episode of Tekken Tips. As y'all can see, this one is about Kazuya's Bruce Lee kick, his Liu Kang special, and that is of course his CD3. This thing is a lot more complex than a lot of people give credit. Mainly because, once again, this is one of those moves that Kazuya players don't really use unless it's in a combo. I used to abuse this thing in the neutral back in my Tekken 7 days. I would just be moving around, movement, boom, catch someone lacking, anticipate exactly precisely when my opponent is gonna approach me, advance towards me, just to catch them lacking. They won't have enough time to react to this thing. It's very fast, bro. The fact that this is 18 frames should say enough. It's very quick, and this thing can be a jump scare if you use it correctly. But there's a lot more that comes with this thing, because for one, it is actually safe on block. -9, so you cannot be punished if you just throw this out there. The thing about it though is it is a high, so it can be crouched under. But who's really gonna crouch under this when you can do this? And this. And this. I guarantee your opponent is not gonna want to crouch under it unless they expect it coming before you even throw it out there. That's the only way. You damn near need a hard read on this thing. And on top of everything else, it has a gazillion different active frames. Because check this out. It can, of course, connect from point blank range, right? As you can see. Matter of fact, let me put him to block everything so y'all can really see what I'm talking about here. Right? Point blank range. It'll connect. It leaves you at -9, right? Now, if you back up a little bit, say you're like medium range, now you're -8. If you go even further, hit it from one of the deepest ranges, now all of a sudden it's neutral on block. So imagine what can be done with this right here. Imagine the utility that you can have throwing your opponent off, catching them from different ranges to further mix your opponent. The further you are away is the more you get to plus frames on block. You get what I'm saying? So as y'all can see, right there, that's -6. It's consistent based on the range that it connects from. So with that should show y'all that this has a lot of utility. If you want to bait your opponent to, say, press, go for a jab, maybe they might expect a punch parry their whole ass, or even just go for a 4-2 if there's a wall or something. If you're not sure if they're gonna do a punch, you can just go for 4-2. You can continue your pressure, etc. On top of that, y'all already know about how this is in heat. There's an extender. It does extra damage. It does a fat chunk of damage, but it does take a lot of your heat. So me personally, I usually don't go for that unless I usually only go for that if it's for block pressure, which is really the main reason for this, honestly. Like, as a combo ender, sure, yeah, it looks cool, but it's not really worth it. When it's blocked though, on the other hand, that's when this is really strong, because of course, it leaves you at +5 automatically, like automatic +5 right here. I was speaking briefly about this move in my heat stomp video. Y'all can go check that out. Leaves you at +5. Your opponent cannot really interrupt you after that. You can go for a down forward 4 for the check. You can quickly go for a low poke if they're at a chip of health. Down back 4 if you're really brave enough, because they're probably gonna want to mash after this, right? It does look like it's punishable in a sense, right? It does look kind of punishable because of the animation, especially your animation. It takes so long to recover, but you're actually plus the whole time. You can catch your opponent with a 1+2, down 4-2, go for an immediate electric after to catch him punching, catch him trying to attack you. And it's just free ball, like. And mind you, mix that with the fact that this thing has like infinite active frames. In heat, it's just even more of a cheat code, because you can get those extra plus frames out of nowhere. Literally, out of nowhere. You cover so much distance, and you also solidify a whole lot of plus frames to guarantee pressure. Because look, it really doesn't matter the distance it hits from. It's still +5. I notice now that the further you hit the heat version, is the more distance there is between y'all, even on block. At point blank range, it's a bit closer, as you can see, but you're still +5, same frame advantage. But if we're talking just the base attack without the heat extension, it has, you know, its own utility, like I've said. It has a lot of pushback too. If you want to, like, say, push your opponent to the wall, outside of using electrics, of course, this will push your opponent the fuck back. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, use this to your advantage. This is a strong neutral tool that can be used similar to Law's DSS, you know, Bruce Lee kick. I don't know the input, I don't know the name of that attack, but y'all know exactly what attack I'm talking about. That jumping flying kick he does that's a high you can crouch under. When a Law player uses that and mixes it effectively with high power mids and lows, it's hard for you to expect it coming. So then you just end up blocking that shit, right? You're not just going to want to crouch, because if he hits you with a mid, that's a free wall splat or a free knockdown or a free launcher. Kazuya, this applies the exact same, bro. The only difference is Law, of course, can go into it from countless different ways, and his is a lot faster on the startup. But Kazuya's is not by any means slow, bro. By any means, this is slow at all. Like, 18 frames. Y'all know, if y'all have good execution, you can make this bitch rip in the middle of the neutral. But mind you, it is very steppable, so if your opponent sidesteps, you might be cooked. Especially if you're next to a wall. But I guarantee it's not going to hurt that bad. You use this thing wisely, you can put in some pain. With that being said, man, I hope y'all boys enjoyed the video, and I'm going to see y'all on the next one.
Okay, bye.